Hey, what's up? It's Brian here, and this is another lyrics analysis. This is on the song Mad World by Gary Jules. This came out back in the day in 2006, but it's an extremely relevant song today, I believe. And this is going to be my last lyrics analysis video, and probably my second to last video on a music related topic. And then I'm going to go back to some content I was doing before, just tied to psychology, self-development. I got over 100 ideas for videos actually, so there's a lot of powerful, creative, I think deep content coming up. And the pace might be a little bit slower because I got another child on the way in a few months and it's a busy time period, but I'm going to try to put up these videos every week going forward, maybe every 2 weeks. We'll see though, but deep content coming out for certain. But for this video, I'm going to share my authentic perspective on this song. So what that means is I didn't look at any article or video on this song before explaining the meaning of it. This is really just from myself, totally. And let me know in the comments section your favorite line from the song also. So let's get right into it. And I recommend you to check out the music video for the song too, because there's a lot of symbolism in it that is pretty deep.
Bright and early for the daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. The tears are filling up their glasses, no expression, no expression.
Alright, so let's get into the lyrics. And when he was saying worn out faces, I was thinking of myself right now, but not really for the reasons tied to the video, but I'm just really tired right now. It's like 12 o'clock right now at night, but I wanted to put up this video, put it up tomorrow. But anyway, one line he said, worn out places, worn out faces. So I think that's a constant in life. I think life is tough. Life is difficult. Everyone is worn out. Everyone has reasons to be stressed out, but you just gotta fight through it. And given the next two lines, he says, he's more so focused on people, quote unquote, going nowhere. And he mentions getting up early too. So that's interesting that he says getting up early with this going nowhere. So it's like you are actually going somewhere because that's why you're getting up early. But he's referencing the fact that, the rat race of 9 to 5 or just people having jobs that they're not passionate about that doesn't give them meaning. I think that's very prevalent nowadays. And he's hinting at the fact that mental health is really the most important thing. And a lot of people neglect that and they have a negative stigma around mental health when they really shouldn't. And then he also references daily races. So again, he's referring to the races of a job, of trying to impress your boss, of trying to make money for the wrong reasons, being driven by external factors, not internal factors that give you meaning. So all that stuff that will get you extremely worn out and stressed out, I believe. And of course, you'll be stressed out anyway, but you'll be way more stressed out and have a negative frame of mind on that stress if you're going about it that way. And he also talks about having no expression. So he ties in tears, filling up your glasses, but still no expression. So you're hiding your emotions towards people and towards yourself. And of course, to a certain degree, like you don't have to show every emotion to everybody. And at times you just gotta work through things without really letting things out. But in a certain time and place, in a certain environment, and maybe to the right person, you have to let out your emotions. And also 24/7, just be conscious of how you're feeling too. And don't feel bad about however you're feeling. And always try to maintain hope that you can get to a better state of mind too. And I just think that that's so prevalent. People being depressed, lacking meaning in life, and not really being aware and having the social emotional intelligence tied to their emotions too. I think that's really prevalent nowadays. Because everyone, they're either going through something, they have been through something, or a combination of both. And one thing too, I think that is really important is you can never judge someone else's mental health or their state of mind. You can never do that, right? Because even if you know what someone else is going through, you don't know how they're mentally processing what they're going through. You can try to get them to mentally process what they're going through better, in a caring and considerate and logical way perhaps, but you can't judge what they're going through mentally because everyone processes things differently. Everyone has different experiences. So that's really important. So let's get back to the music right now.
Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kinda funny, I find it kinda sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take.
So really deep stuff here. I mean, he talks about how it's funny and sad that he's suicidal pretty much. That's how I interpreted it, at least. And he just feels like it's just such a mad world, and he's just bottling all these emotions inside too. And honestly, I don't know if he was hinting at this in the song, but I do think that there's a key relationship between humor and sadness. So what I mean by that is you can use humor during adversity, during moments when you're feeling down, as a positive tool. So maybe you can use humor as an opportunity to find joy in any particular situation that you're going through, even if it's negative. And I talk about this in a Raising an Ace video that I did too. So here's some key points from that specific video that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's pretty much have a positive relationship with adversity through humor. Another example, say in second grade he has a broken ankle, right? And he has to have crutches the whole day. You're thinking, where's the humor in that? Well, I might make a joke and be like, Ace, you don't have to open the door for yourself the whole day. They're going to treat you like a king because of this.
Yeah.
You know, like that's very powerful. Even through extreme adversity too. I'm going to reference Viktor Frankl again. Quick story, he said that when he was in the concentration camps during the Holocaust, he found joy during that time, and he cracked jokes the whole night with the other prisoners upon recognizing the camp they were going to didn't have a gas chamber. So that's not like funny circumstances, but he found the joy and humor in that, and that helped him psychologically get through that time period. So finding humor in situations, whether it's just something in the morning or what someone said, is really important. It's really key, especially when you're feeling down. And keep this in mind too, we were born to laugh. I mean, babies laugh at a couple months old before they can even talk. So that's a really interesting fact to recognize, I believe. So let's get back to it.
When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad
Yeah, so with this, of course, when you run in circles, this is a very mad world. So I'd say that that's even true, even if you're doing something different every day. I think if what you're doing is the same as everyone else and it's not unique to you or one or the other, then that's a negative thing. Your life is going to be out of alignment, I believe.
children waiting for the day they feel good. Happy birthday, happy birthday.
Wow, so I think I really love that line because I think children and adults too, we're always anticipating something. Even our birthdays, we're like, oh, you know, I can't wait till it's my birthday, I'm gonna have fun. Or I can't wait until this happens, then I'll be all right, then I'll feel good. But that's fake contentment. That's not true contentment, which is feeling good 24/7, always being in a positive mood because you know that your life is in balance, you're living on purpose, right? So it's like if you're only feeling good on special occasions and you're always anticipating something like that, something's wrong. Like you can look forward to it, but look, if your life is down, 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 then it's your birthday, then you're happy. That's fake happiness. That's not real.
Feel the way that every child should sit and listen, sit and listen. Went to school and I was very nervous. No one knew me, no one knew me.
Wow. Yeah, so I juxtapose sit and listen to stand up and speak, right? So I want to mention this. I believe there's a role for both, of course. I think the educational system, they're more so sit down and listen and learn, right? That's important. But you have to know when to stand up, speak, and teach too. You have to have the combination of both. And I think too many people nowadays, they don't know that balance. They're scared to speak up on their opinions. They're scared to teach someone. They're not confident in what they know, right? So again, there's room for both. You can't just stand up and speak. You also have to listen, but you can't just listen. You also have to stand up and speak too. So I think that's a really important thing to understand. And he says that no one knew him in school. So I think he's pointing to the fact that many people, they wear fake masks, even adults. So they don't really show who they truly are. They don't show their true opinions. They're scared for some reason or another. And then he also says that teacher looked right through him. Teacher looked right through him, which is something that's coming up right now. I don't want to give it away, but this is what he says. Look.
Hello, teacher, tell me what's my lesson. Look right through me. Look right through me.
Yeah, so obviously I gave it away, but that's an important thing to note, because I think a lot of teachers and adults, because he's talking about adults here, they look right through people. They might ask you how you're doing, but they don't really care. They don't care about the answer, right? So again, a lot of this like social conditioning from people, it affects your mental health, because you don't really feel like people are mindful of their interaction with you. So a lot of students in school, children in school, they feel this vibe from teachers. They feel this vibe from their peers, and they feel like they don't matter. So that's a really negative thing, and that's what he's alluding to in this song.
And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. People run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Enlarging your world. Mad world.
So that's a song. So again, very deep song. He describes aspects of the mad world, and I really hope we listen to all that and recognize, like, let's try to make this a sane world, and we gotta start with ourselves too, right? Focus on your mental health, prioritize that, and really be your authentic self. Don't give in to the social conditioning that is trying to dictate what you think and say, right? You gotta be your true self. You gotta prioritize your race, what gives you meaning. Don't play the rat race of life. Right, so all that is really important. And mental health, I think, is such a big thing, especially right now in the last 2 years, where I feel like mainstream media and just a lot of the messages through TV, through media, it's just all negative right now. You know, trying to put a fear in you and trying to do all that. And honestly, there's a lot of craziness going on too. So I'm not putting all the blame there. I mean, a lot of people out there are doing some negative stuff. So, you know, from that standpoint, you kind of just see that, and you gotta filter that through your brain in a productive way. And a lot of people aren't doing that. And a lot of people are letting, you know, other people dictate their journey in life. And you can't do that. You gotta play your journey through this mad world and make sure your inner world inside in your brain is sane and authentically to you. It's a mad world. Prioritize your